Dude, that looks so weird. I just saw what that looked like on camera. Just, like, grab my face and put it on. Welcome to the video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm SoulFox, this is my buddy Juju. Today, we're doing a tier list inside of Rec Room. We're gonna be ranking all the Rec Room originals. What we think's the best, what we think's the worst, and what... Yeah, I don't have a third thing. Let's get into it. And if you want to support me on Rec Room, all you gotta do is search for SoulFoxGaming, click on my profile, and click that big support button. It's completely free to you and it helps me out a lot, so I greatly appreciate it. Over here, we have a whole entire selection of all the Rec Room originals. All of them, except Make It to Midnight. I don't think that's on here. We will add that in editing, okay? We'll put a clown face up there or something. Don't worry about it. So we'll do that one last. But first up, Juju, we need to start off with this top row, okay? Top row. Which one are you thinking? You want to start left? You want to start right?
Let's do right from left.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna head over here. I'm gonna place this so you guys can actually see what we're doing. We're going to grab Disc Golf Lake. So what are you thinking, man? I'm personally a fan of disc golf. I played it in real life. I think it's pretty cool. But there's also Disc Golf Propulsion, which is it has more obstacles. It's kind of cool. I feel like Disc Golf Lake is something that you go to do whenever you just want to chill. You want to relax. You want to chat with a few friends. Just throw the disc around. It's not the greatest. Yeah. It's not. It is cool. It is calming. But I don't think I look so short. What's new? But I don't think it's the greatest. I think it's decent. So what are we going with here? What do you think? I'm thinking.
I think it's a C.
It could be a C.
Good old.
It's not bad, C. But it could definitely be better. You know, like it's just meant to be calm. It's meant to be cool. That's why we got the C right there. You can't fly. Wait, can I fly too? Oh snap! All right, Juju. Next up, we're gonna be going with, I believe, bowling. So let's grab it. Let's head back over. All right, Juju, bowling. All right, it came out. I think it's pretty cool. You can get a really dope sweater out of it. There's a random shoe in bowling. What are you ranking it right now? What are you thinking? We can talk about it. We can discuss. We can have different opinions, and we can kind of agree. So what do you think here, man? What do you think?
It's very chill. You know, it's a pretty fun game. You know what I'm
saying? It is.
You know, they got the 3 lanes, 2 practice lanes. You know, they got a little arcade area. They got pool. They introduced a lot of cool stuff in that one.
They did.
I feel like it's a good old B.
I think B for bowling is solid. It really is. Dude, one thing I love about it.
B for bowling.
The jukebox. The jukebox is nice. And the song that came with bowling.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Wait, was there a song with bowling? Was it with bowling or was it with the drive-in?
That's drive-in.
That's drive-in? That's my bad. You know what? It goes to C. No, I'm just kidding. We'll give it a B. It's nice. It's nice. D rank because you ain't got a good song. All right, next up, we have soccer. Now, soccer is something I thoroughly enjoyed whenever Rec Room was like a new game to me. I thought it was dope. We had shields. You would punch the ball. You were running fast. Everybody was in a great time. I don't even know if that was English. Everybody was having a great time, and it was just a lot of fun. Nowadays, soccer, I feel like, is completely underrated. It's cool, but it's just not updated. I don't even think the lighting is updated in it. It's like it's downgraded. It's downgraded. Yeah. I think it was better as shield soccer, but I mean, what can you do? Things change, and we just don't have any more. That does make me sad. Those shields are really cool. And we even have skins for them now, and I don't feel like we see those. Do we even see those anywhere? I don't think we do. Like the shields for Quest, you see.
I don't think so.
Yeah, where?
Paintball?
Paintball. That's where they're at.
Paintball.
You know what? For the fact that they brought them down, we no longer have them in shield soccer. It's just soccer. Yeah, you know what? No, that's fair. It's going in E. Rated E for you. All right, here we go. Next up. Yeah. Oh man, this one I feel like is going to be one of the most controversial ones that we've done. It's Rec Rally. Ladies and gentlemen, it is whenever Rec Room finally brought carts to Rec Room. They finally brought driving. They finally brought vehicles. It's just something we were all waiting on. It was super hyped. We had a great time with it for the first day. And then, it plummeted. It plummeted hard, man. Like, there was just not enough done with it.
Yeah.
Rec Room, I feel like, is on a trend of they release originals. And these originals they're great. Don't get me wrong. They release these originals, but they're more so like stepping stones for more building inside of Rec Room. So like we got vehicles. Now people can actually use that to make their make their own vehicle stuff inside of Rec Room. But it's definitely not something that they continued on with, and that upsets me because I feel like they could have. Wow, I did not mean to place that. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. I feel like they could have done a lot more with it. I feel like if we had more maps, it would have definitely been more entertaining. I myself, I get horribly motion sick whenever I do carts or vehicles inside of VR. This is no exception. I can do it for a while. After that, I feel like curling. It's just not great. Juju, what are your thoughts, man?
At first, it was very fun. I enjoyed it, but then it kind of got a little bit repetitive, and like I thought they were gonna release more maps with it.
Yeah.
And you know, wasn't a big fan of it, and it's the vehicles are just overused like in every PvP game and stuff like that. Now, I wish they'd done more with the vehicles. Like, I wish you could actually, change the gears from like reverse to like neutral and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, you just kind of like drift. I feel it's like it's either in between C or B.
Look here, I'll mention this. Had they added more maps to it, not even like if they made a door like they did with Stunt Runner that led to more custom maps that were focused on like, on the vehicles, on the races, I feel like I could give it a C, but I can't justify it. I'm feeling D. Can we do a camera flip? And we'll either do C or D. If it lands down, that's a D. If it lands up, that's a C. All right, I need to angle the camera down. This is about to get intense.
About to go insane.
I didn't even go in the shot. Hang on. Here we go. All right, up. Wow, 2 for 2, not in the shot. Here we go again. Up. Oh my gosh, 3 for 3. Up.
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's up. Okay, you know what? We're giving it a C. All right, next up, disc golf propulsion. Now this one, it is more vibrant. It's more colorful. It's got a lot of stuff going for it. It has different obstacles. You can get so many hazards. And I've had such a great time with this one on stream. I love it whenever we go and play this, and people are just having a blast. You sit there and think you're going to win, everything's fine, and all of a sudden one of those fans completely throws your disc just for a loop. And it's funny, it's horrible, but it's also you're just having a good time. You don't even care because you're just having such a great time. This one, personally, I gotta say, I'm gonna say it's a B. I think it's a solid B. What you thinking? What you thinking?
That map gives me a lot of Little Big Planet vibes for some reason. I'm not too sure, but it does. And also the music in that room is phenomenal. It's just so calming. Kind of gives me a bit of Wii Sports vibes.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, might have to go with the B too.
Hey, here. You know what? I can seal the deal for you. The stuff you get out of that room, the mad scientist hair, the lab coat, the gloves, it's gotta be a B. We're going with a B. This one, I think, was amazing. I loved it. I loved watching Hairy Manlegs play this for ages. Like, I thought it was so dope. However, over time, I feel like it's gotten worse. It has not gotten better. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about dodgeball. Anything to add? There was no talking.
Here we go, but yeah.
We're not actually talking about it.
I think dodgeball, a bit repetitive, not a big fan of it. I mean, it can get fun at some times, but like, there's so many bugs in that game that has like just not been fixed yet.
Right.
You see me throw it at someone, you hear the hit sound, and then they just like don't get hit. Like,
yeah. Right.
I don't know.
No, I get that. I get that. The other thing, man, catching in that game. Catching can be a pain in the rear end. I promise you, in my whole entire Rec Room career, I've probably caught the ball twice. It is not for the faint of heart. You have got to be exceptionally skillful. You've got to have a good connection. It's not my thing. I feel like it is more difficult than it should be. Maybe I'm trash. That's fine. That's fine. This is my tier list. It's not yours. Don't even worry. I'm trying to point at you. I can't. Rec Room doesn't allow pointing. There we go. Dang it. Let me point. Listen, it's tough. So, for all those factors, I gotta say C, man. I can't give it higher than that. What do you think?
C, yeah.
We're giving it a C, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, I think this one's a crowd favorite. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is fantastic. We're gonna be talking about paintball. Paintball is a staple. It's a classic. Anytime you think of a shooter, a lot of the times paintball is featured. Rec Room is no different. Along with that, they've got so many different maps. They actually released a new map. We had, what was it? Drive-In. Drive-In was dope. It was cool. It came with some awesome music. Came with some mines. You could watch like little ads or movies. They're like little ads up on the big screen, and I think that's dope. I think it's such a cool concept, the way they had everything laid out. It's just a constant classic. You can't go wrong with paintball. This one, personally, I'm gonna give it an S. You can't really mess this one up too bad, and they did great with it. Really? What? Okay, no, it's fine. You know what? Thoughts? Go ahead. Walk to the camera. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
So, I mean, I agree. S is a very good ranking, but like, feel they've been very like caring for this RO specifically because they've done so much for paintball. Like, how many maps are there? 10, 12 now.
No. I don't think it's that many. I think I want to say 7. Around 7.
The range of like weapons, you know, the grenades, the trap mines, like all that cool stuff. Even like, the minigun too. I love it. I enjoy it. I don't really play it much. I don't know why I don't really play it much, but like, I enjoy how the maps look. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to give it an S. Yeah.
We're going S. Hey, the first S of the tier list.
Going S.
Pop it up there, bud.
Bam. I cannot.
Wait. There we go.
There we go.
Man is not doing the tier list.
bro is not doing the tier list.
So while we're ranking things, let me tell you about one of my #1 VR accessory companies. They are today's sponsor, and they are seriously top-notch whenever it comes to VR accessories. Today, I want to tell you about their controller grips. You take your Quest 2 controllers and slide them right into these grips. And the reason I love these so much is not only just the awesome colors that they have, and seriously, they have a huge variety, but the fact that they make them feel like index controllers. I can seriously take these things and wave my hand, and they are not flying off at all. I love that. Order for SoulFox? Hey, sorry, I'll be right back. 1 second. That's the good stuff. Along with the controller grips, Cubo Design has a super huge catalog of VR accessories. You can check all that out for yourself by heading over to my affiliate link in the description. And if you pick up something, use code SoulFoxGaming. You'll get 5% off. Cubo Design, thank you for sponsoring today's video. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all make sure to go show them some love. And seriously, come check out this room. Seriously, if we're ranking rooms right now, out of all my cafes inside a Rec Room, this one is definitely up there. It's called Ann Garden Cafe. All right, let's get back into the rankings. Next up, we have... Oh, this is gonna be a favorite. I feel like this is a solid. It's a staple, dude. Whenever I got in a Rec Room, I thought it was so dope that they had quests. I grew up playing World of Warcraft. Who knew? I'm a huge nerd, but I grew up playing that. Dungeons were a thing, and I was like, I can't believe you can actually do like a dungeon in VR. That's so cool. That's sick. And dude, it has not disappointed. I remember trying so very hard to pass through all these quests whenever I first started. Now I can go through them with a breeze. At times, we'll get to that later, but for the most part, it's a breeze. It's just a good time. You have a great time knocking out the goblins and just having fun. GT, it's a great one, but I'm conflicted. It's a great one, but it's also the easiest. Do we give it an A?
It is the easiest.
Or do we give it an S?
I feel like we give it an A.
I think it is a solid quest, but I don't know if it's S tier, you know?
I think that's the very first, quest to introduce the sword as well. And the sword is like OP against like all the goblins. And it's just, it feels way too easy for like the first quest.
Right.
I want to give it an S, but I would give it an A.
Right. It's definitely deserving of a high rank, but then again, I feel like it is like the beginner entry quest. Things got harder, things got more challenging, more fun, but it's solid. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I like it a lot, but we're going to give it an A.
This is not an RRO.
You know what? We're ranking it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen.
Do it anyway.
This RRO, it's defined as an RRO over there. This RRO has had so many changes, more changes than any RRO in the past. It's changed from this to that to different themes across the whole entire years. It's had a whole entire different remodel. Did you already put it in F tier? It's the rec center. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You know how many times? I've been harassing a rec center? The changes, man, that I had to go through, with these rec centers. They can't seem to pick a favorite anymore. And just, the mirror, bro, it's gotta go. I'm telling you, bro. It's too crowded over there.
You know what? No, that's fair. That's fair. We recorded a video. Hopefully you can see a clip of it in this video, like somewhere in here. We had people harass us, come after us trying to kiss us. We had people screaming at us, hiding us in a corner. You know what I haven't seen, though, in ages? And I think it's due to the mirror being weird now. Because you can't look at the new mirror in Rec Room and not get a headache in 3 seconds flat. The mirror is so strange. I haven't seen mirror couples. Where did they go? Are they hibernating? Where did they go? I haven't seen them in so long. Like, mirror couples used to be a thing all over. If you've never witnessed a mirror couple, well done. But, like, they used to be all over the Rec Room back in the day, for real. And it was so strange. They just sit there, stare off into space, into the mirrors. They were doing their own thing. You let them do their own thing. You didn't have to bother them. They didn't bother people. They were fine. It was just very, very strange. And for that reason, is it already an F? We're keeping it at F.
It's an F.
You did this, mirror couples. Remember that.
Gotta go. Please. Make a new rec center.
Next up, we have a phenomenal 3-person quest. This is Isle of the Lost Skulls. Did I even say that right? Is that right? It's not Isle of the Lost Skulls, it's Isle of the Lost Skulls, right? I'm gonna fact check myself because I've been playing this game for so long. I just don't know anymore. Oh, no, it's not. There's no the. It's Isle of Lost Skulls. I'm a noob. Anyway, this one has been fantastic. It added some awesome weapons. You have the flintlock. You have the different swords. You have coconut bombs. What else is there? Am I missing something? Chairs. Pans.
Wonder Busters.
Are those in there? No, those aren't in there.
Yes, they are. There's a secret weapon in the cave level that's like in a corner. You can use it.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no, he's right. Yeah. I think this is great. I think it's really cool. The storytelling in this one is awesome. There's a point in time where you step on a floor. Spoiler alert if you haven't played it. If you haven't, What are you doing? But there's a point in time in the level where you step on essentially a platform. It creaks, it cracks, you load, everybody's screaming, and whenever you're done, you load into a creepy cave, and your only source of light is one singular torch, which I love that. I think that is exceptionally cool. If you bail on your friends, if you bail on your friends, they're just left in the dark, and it is awful. But like it's just, to me, I think it's an incredibly cool quest. It ends with an awesome battle. You're going off against like the what is his name? The pirate. He's not a pirate king. What is his name? Ghostbeard. I feel like I've never played Rec Room a day in my life. But Ghostbeard is out there, and you're taking them on with different cannons. You have to work together your team to survive. That one can get intense. You can get overrun so easily by all the skeletons. I like the challenge. Me personally, I gotta give it an S. It is a fantastic quest. What do you think, though? What do you think? Juju, thoughts? Go talk to the people.
All right,
go ahead.
Here we go. So, I believe whenever this quest came out, I was on the PSVR, and I believe that was the best experience I ever had in like Rec Room with Iowa Law School. It was crazy how like the graphics looked back then, and how the shading and everything looked.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good quest, I must say, but it can get extremely difficult. One thing, I don't know, the checkpoints are cool, but I feel like it's kind of lame. I don't know.
No, that's fair. I get that. I remember, what is it? Jumbotron doesn't have checkpoints anymore, or still doesn't, right?
No.
And it never had them.
It never.
Right, and that, you got me conflicted.
Yeah.
I think we go to another camera flip.
I feel like it's an A.
Okay. All right. If we can't decide, we go to a camera flip, and I'm fine with that. Let's lower it back down. If it is facing down, it's an A. If it's facing up, it's an S. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, there we go. Let's go S rank. All right. I keep saying these things are controversial, and I feel like they are. They're continuously controversial. Rec Room, what are you doing with all the controversy? But this next one, so many people like this, and so many people have yet to even experience it. I'm talking about Crescendo of the Blood Moon. It's a phenomenal quest. Dude, I've got some amazing stories about this. Did you play it on the very first day?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the funniest thing, I used to love going on the Rec Room Reddit, like seeing all the stuff people would create, anything that was there, it was just great. So the very first day, people played the mess out of this quest. They had a great time with it, myself included, and this quest introduced whips, and so for the most part, that's what used the whole entire quest. You could pick up other things to use. They had like the blunderbuss. They had, what else do we have? What other weapons do we have?
We had, I think, pitchforks and
pitchforks,
like
shovels, a lot of melee weapons. Do we have flintlocks as well? Are those in there?
Flintlocks, yes.
Flintlocks, I think crossbows in there at some point in time. But there's a huge variety. But the thing that got us all is everybody was so dang excited about those whips. And whenever you have it, you pull it out, you throw it out, and you can actually pull it back and it will snap. You can, however, throw it and click the button and you're fine. Nobody wanted to do that. That was the lame way to do it. You had to actually feel the immersion. You had to throw it out, crack it back. That's how the whip was made. The funny thing about that is the very next day, I was in physical pain. My elbow hurt immensely.
Oh yeah, no,
and I was not alone. Going on to the Rec Room Reddit, turns out Rec Room accidentally gave their nearly entire community tennis elbow. Like, they physically got everybody hurt with no warning, and to me, that is one of the funniest things in Rec Room's history. They full-on injured their community by accident. Bro gave me tennis elbow. Like, I think that is hysterical. That is stuck with me, like, since this is released, I think that's just so funny. Besides that, the quest itself, it is long. It does have checkpoints. It has some challenging bosses. It's got some challenging levels. Dracula, I think, is a really cool boss fight. I love how he actually splits into different bats, and you can kind of hunt him down by hearing him talk. But overall, I think it's a super dope quest. They did a lot with it. The lighting in it, the music in it, the music is so good.
Dude,
what do you?
Here we go.
What are you thinking, man?
You ready? See this right here?
I see it.
I got it from that game. You know what I'm saying? Those outfits in that quest are the best. Like, all-time favorite. I feel like they did a lot of like work put into this quest, and also the mini bosses were very cool too.
They were.
You like fight mini bosses throughout the best thing ever. Love it. I think it's an S.
I think it's an S too. Go ahead. No. I'm agreeing. Solid quest. Put it up there. There we go. Remember, guys, you can have completely different opinions. That's what this is all about. We're not completely right. You're not completely right. This is all about opinions. So if you have a different opinion than us, or you have the same, it doesn't matter. Drop a comment. Let us know. We're all in this together. We're all discussing this together. So let us know. Oh, dude, I'm excited about this next one. All right. Next up, wait, what did I click? Next up, we have the Rise of Jumbotron. Out of all the quests, to me personally, this is the hardest quest.
My favorite.
It is so intense. It is dope. I love it. There is, without a doubt, not a singular time I've gone into the final boss room and not been slightly like, there's a big chance we can mess up here. Like, at some point in time, you can get hit, your teammates go down, everything's spread out, the boss has 4 different faces you have to attack. It's just, there's so much going on, and it is incredible. They even have that level where you go out into space. You can't hear your friends. Why? Because you're in space, so everybody sounds like wah, 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 wah. And it is dope. It's so dang cool. You've got shotguns in it. You have rail guns in it. You got assault rifles in it. You got pistols in it. There's just so dang much going on. The bots look cool. They spawn in. They overwhelm you. This, to me, hardest quest. Huge challenge. A lot of fun. Very satisfying. No respawns. All right? Well, no, not respawns. Sorry. There's no checkpoints. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. No checkpoints. And it's just overall dope. It's a whole entire space-themed quest. You're taking on the bots. You're taking on Jumbotron. It's dope. Without a doubt, I'm saying S. But Juju, have your piece. Have at it. Have at it.
S. Look, you know why? Also, I love the color theme throughout the entire quest. It's like it's like red, purple, kind of blue.
Yeah.
And it gives off that space feel, like, as if you're in space. I love it.
It's
very
dope.
Cool. S tier.
S tier.
Favorite quest.
Dope. There we go. There we go. Next, speaking of favorite quests, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me set the tone for this. All right. Let me set the tone.
Oh.
Next up, we're talking about Curse of the Crimson Cauldron. This is my all-time favorite quest. I love it. There's a part in this quest where all these enemies spawn together in this one little cubby of the room, and they start barraging you. Fireballs left and right. You can't hardly stand it. There's so much going on. I love that. When people go on and slay all of them, I'm impressed. I think it's dope. However, whenever they don't and you have the opportunity to sit there and keep dodging fireballs as you're fighting, it's so much fun. Also, I love scale in VR, and what I mean by that is whenever you feel absolutely tiny, all right? And this one does it so dang well. Whenever you go to the bell tower, you look all the way up and you can see it at the very top. There's just this huge tower, and it is so dang gorgeous. I love that so very much. It is my favorite quest. It is not the hardest. It is the most enjoyable to me. I love it a lot. And this is actually what I was supposed to look like. Whenever I found out you could get clothes inside of Quest, this is what I was going for. Minus the cape, this is what I was going to look like inside of Rec Room. I was like, dude, the white, the gold, that looks so cool. And so I went and did the quest, and I failed a lot. I was not great at the start. Everybody's got to learn, okay? Everybody's got to learn. But I tried a lot, and then one of my boxes, I happened to find like the red bracers, and I was like, oh.
Oh, the red?
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, I mean, I've already got one piece. I might as well just get the rest. And so instead of looking like this, I ended up looking like this, which I think is super funny. Like, I could have been a completely different, like, known for outfit inside of Rec Room, but this is what I ended up with. And so to me, I think that's funny. That's like, you know, I could have been just very different. Anyway, I love this quest. It's my favorite. I've talked a lot. Juju, take it away.
All I gotta say for this quest, I don't have much to say because, I mean, you kind of said most of it, but like the boss level is my all-time favorite level in any like quest possible. That is the best one yet, because they, like what you said, the fireballs, like, you know, going at you. You use the sword to deflect the
purple orb.
Everything. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
It's a dope quest.
I don't know how you ranked it, but
we're going S. That's a phenomenal quest.
Dang.
Unless you disagree. Do you disagree, Mr. Juju?
I mean, it gives me golden trophy vibes. I would, me personally, I would give it an A. I would give it an A.
Okay. Y'all know what that means. You know what it means. We're going back to the camera flip. If it lands on this side, we're going A. If it lands on this side, we're going S. Here we go. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't
know what that means.
We're going to redo it. We're going to redo it. Okay, remember. A, S. 3, 2, 1. Hey, there we go. We're going A.
What the fuck, dude?
Excuse me. Actually, it's supposed to be on A. All right, there we go. So far, not a bad list. Not a bad list. Okay, next up. Ooh, okay. You notice how they don't have the other one on here. That's kind of weird. But you know what? We're going to roll with it. Next up, we're talking about Rec Royale squads. I've been playing Rec Royale since the beta weekend, or alpha weekend. I don't remember what it's called. It's been like 4 or 5 years. However, I remember it being great. This was at a point in time where Rec Room was completely smooth. It was still focused on VR, and I absolutely loved it. This is not to shut down Rec Room now. It has gotten a little bit of, performance issues over the time, but I love that it has grown with the community. I'm glad we have Screen people. I'm glad we have mobile people. I'm glad we have PlayStation. We have Xbox. There's so much going on. I don't know where the Switch people are at, but maybe they'll get here eventually. But Rec Royale was super smooth. It ran like butter, and I absolutely loved it. At the time, I met one of my good buddies, Yoshiro, and he was a big part of the channel early on, and I can't be upset about that. They gave me one of my good friends back in the day, and I think that's super dope. I love it. I love Battle Royales. I think it is great. It has introduced me to my favorite weapon, which is the pan. Back in the day, you could smack the mess out of people, and it was great. Nowadays, it's like hitting somebody with a stuffed plush bunny, but it's okay. Maybe one day I will have justice for the pan, and it will get better. But Rec Royale solos, it puts you in there. You're going against, 15 other people, and it's just intense, man. You're trying to be the last one standing. It does have some issues now. So if we're going to rank this stuff, do we have to rank it, like, right now? Do we put that into effect as well? Because, like, the performance has changed. We did that with Dodgeball. Yeah. It has changed. So I think we have to rank it now. Performance, right now, it is sketchy. I'm not going to lie to you. Rec Royale, right now, there's an issue where you go to open up chest, and they're closed, and so you think you can go to open them, and you grab onto it, and nothing happens because there's a bug that just doesn't allow the lids to open at times. It's weird. Not a fan of that. There's so many times I ran up a chest, and I'm like, all right, let me get some loot. Nothing happens, and I'm annoyed. So I would love to give it an S. Yeah. This was my favorite one by far for a very long time. They had a tier list system. You unlock stuff, and then they were like, yeah, we're going to do Rec Royale Season 2 or Rec Royale 2, and then
Season 2, where is that at?
That was 4 years ago, I think. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I hope one day we get to see something like that again, but for the time being, we're not going to. So I'm going to say either A or B.
A?
I can agree to an A. I can agree to A, but please, say what you gotta say.
I mean, I don't think I have to really say anything, It's a pretty good game. The I'm sorry. The replayability on the game is very fun,
Yeah, it's high.
It's very fun to play it sometimes. Sometimes, people like to go under the map.
That does happen. I forgot about that. That's fair. That's fair.
Rec Room. I think A is a good ranking.
A is a solid ranking. It still needs some love. I would love for Rec Room to actually optimize it, but it's a solid game. Can't really be mad about it. We're going A. Next, one of my personal favorites, we're talking about 3D charades. This one actually got an upgrade. It used to be in like a different room. You're all standing kind of at little podiums. Somebody would appear in front of you. They'd start drawing, but they changed it. Now you're like this like very artistic. Looks like you go to a place to do like poetry. And it's just cool. I like the vibe. It's very calm. Anytime we do it, we have very special rules. You can only draw the first card. If you don't know what it is, there's a corner to go cry in. Like it's fun. It is a lot of fun, but it allows you to be creative. People can really get detailed in it, and some of the stuff that they put in there is like stuff you would never guess, but then people get it, and it's like, man, that is wild. Also, Impossible 3D Charades. They do this once a year on April 1st, and it makes the game so much better. I wish we had that more often. We don't, but it makes it so much better. It's an event for us. We've done it, I think, every year since it's been released, and that is super special to me. I love this. I'm not going to say what I want to rank it yet, but Juju, floor is yours. Have at it.
Alrighty, here we go. So 3D Charades, at first, I didn't really like it until they released a new map, and I love jazz club-like, scenery.
Yeah.
And that is what I love. And they made the game 10 times more fun. The piano version of like the music in that room is amazing.
It is.
I would bob my head to that like all day. I believe it's a good old A, in my opinion. It's chill, it's calm, it's cozy, it feels homey.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it a lot. I don't think it's everybody's favorite, but I think it is a dang good Rec original. I think it's great. So I'm gonna agree. We'll go A. Our list is looking pretty good. I like it right now. I like it. All right, next up. It was Park.
We don't even need to explain this one. We do not need to explain this one.
Seriously, don't go to Park. For your own safety, just don't go to Park. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. All right.
Controversial.
Next one. We're talking about Showdown. I forgot the name. Give me a minute. Brain wasn't working. We're talking about Showdown. This is one of Rec Room's new originals. It is based upon PvP. I truthfully thought it was pretty cool. I don't think it is super optimized, but it, once again, as we talked about earlier, it was one of those originals that Rec Room released to kind of bring out new creator tools. Along with it came Rec Room Studio. I'm not mad about that. Rec Room Studio is dope. It has brought us some of the scariest stuff Rec Room has ever shown. Ever. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what else Rec Room comes out with, all the people create with Rec Room Studio. So I think this Rec Room original, for what it's done, however, for what it is, I can't say it's like super top tier. I think it's fun for a little bit, but I think it's one of those Rec Room originals kind of like Rec Rally where it was great for a couple days, maybe a week, and then after that, just a lot of people did not return to it. That's fair. It's fine and dandy. I will say, I really did like the Western theme. I thought that was really cool. I thought the map was great. I think the weapons are kind of the highlight for me. I like how they all function differently. They had the different sounds. They had different animations. They look great. Don't get me wrong. To me, it's just not one of the top tiers. I'm gonna say C. Oh, there we go. You know what? No, that was good. That was good.
There we go.
Anything else to add? Yeah.
Like whenever this RO first came out, I thought, is this like a custom made room? It looks like it was made with like all makeup, and I'm like, I am not getting RO vibes from this. I think I knew it was to introduce Rec Room Studio. Appreciate that. I think the train is my favorite in that map.
Yeah.
The gold train passing by. It's very cool. Don't get why they did full body costumes because like when you slide, your body kind of like goes down. Stuff like, I don't know. I just find it weird. It doesn't really give me, good vibes like from how a Rec Room original would.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more so one of those Rec Room originals that were released to release more things. It's not just like, this is the original. This is it. This is what you get. This is dope. This is it. It's more so like, hey, here's this. Also, you get more stuff with it. Here you go. But yeah, also, I think, yes.
The map is fairly small.
It is very small. I've been spawn killed 73 and a half times. It's a small map. We got to go to the next one.
You saw what I just did there? I slid.
That's because it's Stunt.
Stunt Runner. You know what I'm saying? I think Stunt Runner is one of the best ROs I've ever played.
Oh gosh, I don't know if he disconnected or I did. It was him. It was not me.
Hello?
As you were saying, where did all of it go?
I remember.
This man, he speedrun it. Look at him speedrun. Look at him go. Dude, let him cook. He do be cooking. Do it up, Juju. Do it up.
Stunt Runner. Anyways, so Stunt Runner introduced climbing, sliding, wall running, all that sort of stuff, just parkour in general. I think it was one of my favorites when it first came out. It gave me a lot of Wii Sports vibes, especially how like the vibe looked. It was like a bit cyberpunkish to me. I'm not sure how to describe that. It was retro. That's the word.
That's it. Retro.
It was retro. I enjoyed it, especially the water slide level. That level is my favorite. I think it's either a good S or A tier. Even though it's kind of dead now, it changed like custom rooms and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. There were so many times I went back into that dang game trying to get faster and faster and faster on times. Not only just to get like new rewards, but also to beat my friends. I loved having that competitive energy with everybody. Everybody's like, what's your fastest time? Yeah, I beat that today. Go beat it. And I would go back and I'd challenge them. They'd challenge me. It was just dope. Even though, as Juju said, it is pretty much dead these days. That's fair. It is. I don't know the last time I actually touched Stunt Runner. It's been like it's been a while. So, even though it is in the state that it's at, I gotta agree that it is phenomenal. It changed a lot of Rec Room. I'm gonna say S tier. S tier. S tier. Solid S tier. S tier for Stunt Runner. Next up, laser tag. This is a staple in the streams. We're either playing laser tag, we're either playing paintball, either one of those, but they're fun. And dude, laser tag is so dang competitive. It does only have 2 maps. I think that is a big downfall for it. But overall, one of the most competitive things that Rec Room has ever seen. There are point in times in your games where you'll knock somebody out. A guy will come to revive his teammate. That guy knocks you out. Another one of your teammates come in. And it just keeps going and going and going. It is just a huge cluster of everybody fighting, and it's intense. There are so many points that are gained through it. The grenades in there. Like, the grenades are top-notch and laser tag. The satisfaction you get whenever you hear that little like ding, whenever you take somebody out, it is great. I love it. The power weapons, they're decent. The rocket launcher power weapon, that thing, that's something else right there. But the grenades are some of my favorites in there. And overall, I love it. I love the vibes. I love the carpet. I know it sounds weird, but like whenever you load in, it has it almost has like skating rink carpet, you know? It's that neon, that crazy little look. The vibe overall just makes me happy. It reminds me of my childhood, and I like it a lot. I'm gonna say either A or S.
Give me right now.
What are you going? Oh, he said S. We're going S, baby. It's all the way up. All the way up.
We are going S. Because, you know why? You know I love it so much, you know?
Why?
This is the very first RO I played on PSVR. And, you know, I was very young. I was baby Juju back then. And I felt like I was in a movie playing that Rec Room original. You know? So much lasers flying, you know, the robots, all that stuff. All that cool sorts of stuff. And I enjoy it.
Dude, do you remember, like, whenever I was on a huge kick on the channel, we were doing escape rooms. That was the thing on the channel for a good while. Do you remember whenever you made your very own escape room inside of laser tag, you and Redbeard? This is Captain Juju. Like, do you remember that?
Yes, bro.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long, but dude, solid memory right there. That was whenever, like, I had not seen somebody actually take a Rec Room original and make their own custom room inside of it, and you did that, and I was like, it blew me away. Even though it was a very simple room, it was just super, super creative and very cool. I remember, like, little Captain Juju comes out of the TV and, like, starts talking to you. Like, it's so dang cool. Dude, that's some good memories right there. I like that a lot.
This is Captain Juju.
Captain Juju sound
like
much
Captain
different
Juju
these days. We have, we got two more. Let's get into it. And then we have our final one, Make It to Midnight. The next one's Lounge. It has cards and stuff. But
you know what? No.
Yeah, it's an E. It's an E. It's
an E. At least it has fun activities in there.
Yeah, you know? I can agree with that. You can paint. You can do cards. I think it's all right.
It just gives me a lot of park vibes as well, because there's a lot of toxic people in the lounge and the rec center and the park. Those three places.
We're just gonna. All right. Last but not least, before we get to Make It at Midnight, ladies and gentlemen, this one, it is something else. It's a Rec Room original that nobody saw coming. I think you've only played it once. This is Orientation. It's weird. It's weird. I loved the way I was introduced to Rec Room. That was just going into a rec center and talking to people and having a good time and being like, how do you play games? Like, in the social interaction, how people are like, hey, you go over here, you do this, there's paintball, here's this door. Like, I love that. It is different now. Whenever you go to the rec center, there's only a few doors. Some of them are what is it? That mystery door that gives you like a random room. I think there's a door over on the side by like the quest. It's not the same. So I do get why they did this, and I do love how polished it is. It looks great. I love that you go all the way through Orientation. You get a little watch, like it's a gift. They're like, hey, you know, you joined. Here's your watch. This is how you explore Rec Room. I think it's cool. Me personally, I don't think it's top tier. It's something else. It is something else. So I've got to say. Juju, what you thinking, man? What you thinking?
I'm back.
He's back. What you thinking, man? What you thinking for Orientation? I'm thinking either a D or maybe a C, because just how well it's polished. It's very well polished.
I think it is very polished. You know, it has that college campus vibe, and I like it. Whenever it first came out, dude, just the thing with Rec Room originals and how like they do Unity and stuff, and it's like cartoony. The vibes it's giving off. I love it. The only thing I hate is getting sent to Orientation 1,000 times. They need to fix that, man.
Yeah. But, along with that, have y'all ever seen the Orientation hammer? That thing is scary. You can go into rooms, people make custom hammers, and if they hit you with it, it sends you to Orientation. You can't leave Orientation, right? Don't you have to go all the way through to get your watch back?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, you know what? No, just for that, D. Just for the people that made the hammer. This is on you. This is on you. We're gonna do an extra one because we want to do Make It at Midnight. We don't happen to have the picture over here, so we're just gonna use another soccer. Make It at Midnight is Rec Room's newest original. It's adding a lot into it. Bonky is a terrifying, crazy clown. He's going after 4 survivors that are inside of his county fair. I think it's dope. It adds a whole entire new level of fear inside of a Rec Room original, which I think is great. Rec Room over the years has had so many great horror rooms, but they've never like leaned into it themselves. They've done a little bit of spooky stuff. Actually, no. I'm sorry, they have. What is it called? The Haunt Society. That's when they first started doing it, but that's when they were still trying to showcase like Rec Room Studio, and that's when they started to lean into it. And this kind of followed up with that. So my bad, mistaken, but still, I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's great. I love that they have a tier system. This is the first tier system we've had since Royale, since we've had our little battle pass.
Oh yeah.
And so no Bonky is going to be the same. Everybody can play differently. The survivors can have different perks. I love that. It gives people a variety. It lets them choose how they want to play. Not everybody is, the exact same. I think it's great. I would love to see them add more people to it. More characters that would be the monsters. Bonky is great. Bonky is fantastic. But how long can you be Bonky before you're tired of bonking people? We need maybe like how they have those different banners in the room where they have like the 4 different people, like the seer, I think is one of them. They have the tamer. Like, I would love to see more characters come out and they get used as the monster. We'll see in time.
That'd be cool.
But for the time being and how it is right now, I give it a solid S. I think Rec Room is doing phenomenal with it. I love it. It is great. We're going to put it on S, and we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our tier list for the Rec Room Originals. If you have any opinions on the tier list, this is ours. Yours can be completely different, but I would love to hear about it in the comments. Let us know if you think you agree with what we have. Let us know if you think something should be changed. But with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Feel free to support us on Rec Room by using code SoulFox or code Juju. Feel free to like the video, and we will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.